Hi, everybody, and welcome to the show. Yay. All right. Now you just froze again. We must have
Did
been
I
talking.
really?
We're talking about my brother, and he's saying, "Yep, I'm here again." Yep, there you go. Anyway, welcome everybody, and please give a warm welcome as well to Sun Psychic Jean, who is back with me today. I love having her, and next week I'm going to be on with Terry Renner. She's sort of been the substitute for Suzuki for me, and she's awesome to have on as well. So we have a lot of Terrys in our life,
I
don't we?
know. It's like a spiritual name.
It is a spiritual name. It definitely is. Yeah. So good morning, Divine Universe, and Kat and Maureen and Andy's Healing Arts. It's lovely to see you. Thank you for being here, Michelle Krantz. Awesome. So we're going to be talking today about intention, and there's a lot of ways we could go with this. So Jean and I are going to let it flow. But before we start, and remind me again, Jean, that I need to do this at the end of the show. Okay, for
Okay.
people who have come in. But Jean is you tell them, Jean.
So this is my psychic study practice group. And I started it back in the spring, and we had a couple of months together, and it really is just a dynamic group. And it's an opportunity to, we do a meditation, and then I demonstrate an exercise for you to help practice your psychic skills. And then we go into breakout rooms and we practice that exercise that I just gave you. And you try that on each other. And then we come back after and we share. And that's where the magic happens. Because when we share, you don't know anything could happen. And it is such a learning opportunity. And then I switch your partners with somebody else, and you go into a breakout room again, and you can practice that same technique or exercise again. And it's amazing. But this particular one is my summer package, and because summer is busy and everybody's always traveling, I have a lot of responsibilities and family obligations and things. So I have 4 months of May, June, July, and August is one Sunday a month. And
Okay.
for all
Yeah.
4 months, it's 25 for all 4 months.
Oh,
So if you're
that's really
interested,
great.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So usually it's 25 for a month, but because I can only, well,
Mhm.
actually there's 2 in May, but I
Oh,
won't know until I get more closer into it because of vacations and obligations and things. Um,
awesome.
but yeah, so I'm really excited. If anybody's interested, they can contact me. It's sunpsychicjean.com. It's my website, and it's the contact page. And just say that you're interested in the psychic practice group, and I'll send you the information, and we'll go from there.
Awesome. Awesome. So yes, Jean has been successfully working her craft now for over 4 to 5 years, and she's really good at what she does. She also goes and does expos in the DC metro area, and so yeah, give it a try and see it. And you know what? There is no if you're interested in doing it and you have the desire, then things will work out well for you when you go to these classes, because you don't have to be born this way, although all of us really are. We just forgot we were. So yeah. So thank you, Jean. Good. I hope you get lots and lots of folks that are interested. And I love that you're actually only committing to one Sunday a month, because that does lighten your load and others. So yes. So good morning, Edward. It's nice to see you. Jackie K. Muldoon. Oh, what a lovely day. I love that. Tanita and Jan and Hershey and Taya. Linda Kennedy. All right. So Linda Kennedy, I've been talking up your East Coast retreat, and you may have more than you bargained for. No, I'm kidding. Um, anyway, yeah, I was telling Akila B yesterday about it, who was on with me doing some readings with Ginny and Akila. We had a great time. So, oh, there
Look,
is Akila.
Akila's
Hi,
listening.
Akila.
Akila, we can carpool to Linda Kennedy's event. You want to
Yeah.
do that?
Yeah.
I would
That's
love to.
awesome. I
It's only
know.
like 40 minutes from my house. I don't
Yeah.
know how you are from me, but
Mhm. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, look,
Yeah.
Linda.
Yeah. Oh my God. Somebody's going to have to do the videotaping. That's all I have to say, Linda Kennedy, so that we can all be there, if you know what I
No
mean.
videotaping. We're going to do lives, Allie.
Oh, well, well, okay. Okay. I did that when I went to Sedona in 23.
I
Remember,
know.
I took all kinds of videos. I had the best time doing it. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, that's great.
We'll go
So
live there. Yep.
there
And
you
we'll
go.
do, oh, we'll introduce each other and do demonstrations and then come
Oh my,
back on and go live. And then
uh-huh.
we'll shut off the live and enjoy ourselves. Mhm.
Well, I should just come. If I come, I'd have to take the train, or I'd have to take drive my car, because
I
I'm
mean,
not flying. Not flying.
there's, it's like you and Suzuki too, where we couldn't be further apart. There's no other
Right.
place on earth that's farther than you and I.
That's true. Unless it's we were in Hawaii, which everybody would want to come visit us if we were
You're
there.
closer to Hawaii than you are to
8 hours. Yeah, it's 8 hours. Yeah. Can you even believe that? I know. It's amazing. You want to leave the pool yoga? Oh, okay. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Russ Bob's Barbara. Nice to see you. All right. So why don't we set an intention? That's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about intention. Intention can be a number of things. Hi, Mary Lloyd. Or your further divine universe? Oh, okay. I'm going to put this little thing up. Jean got me going with pictures, and actually they are nice tools to be able to show us what it is that we're talking about. What I love about this is if you're setting intentions under, say, the law of attraction, and that's the bent you go on, then these can be tools for change for you. And I have a list, there's a couple other slides I'll show you. The other thing I said to Jean was, I originally wanted to talk about intentions or intention, because I think that communication can be messed up sometimes if people don't understand what our intention is when we say something, especially if we write it. I don't really think of all caps as yelling. I mean, if I wrote the whole thing in caps, that would be yelling to me. But if I write a word in caps, one word, like, can you please do this now, and maybe put caps, I feel like I'm asking it. I'm trying to communicate urgency. But many times what I get is, why are you yelling at me? You were nasty, or whatever it was. And this is with some of my students, so it's not anybody here. But it was never my intention to be nasty. But people can't know what your intentions are if they don't see you or know you, because I think if they see you, and I said, could you really just get this to me now, then they might understand. But they're hearing, get this to me now. So there's a big difference anyway.
us.
So Jean, what do you think about this, though? This is tools for change. So this is setting intentions.
Hmm.
And
I think it's important for us to be clear on our intention. And I always say it is my intention for you is that you receive the information that is most important for you to learn and
mhm,
that is in your highest good. This is my
mhm,
intention that I recite at every reading that I do, every show before I go on. And this is my intention. My spirit guides and angels and your loved ones all know that this is my intention. And it is so clear so that I can be relaxed and allow whatever messages come through to come through, because I'm confident that I have set my intention. And you
right.
can set your intention each and every day. My intention is to communicate with my angels and spirit guides and loved ones in a very loving way. It's very much like an affirmation as well that we would recite to ourselves at each day, but it is
Yeah.
very powerful. Very
Mhm.
powerful intention. And once we have this sort of ingrained in us and, like a second hand, or not second hand, but second nature to us, then we can move forward confidently, knowing that this is our intention. We've stated it and we walk in this, incorporate this in our everyday life. I like that, your intention of what you want, intention on why you want this, intention on how you want this, and what it is that you want. My intention is that you um, receive the information that is in your most important for you to learn. Why? And that is in your highest good. What? And and your intention, my intention for you is, and that is in your highest good. Yeah. And all of these things tells the it just frames the information, frames our energy, and allows for the flow to come through with almost like an order. You put an order into the universe and you ask the universe for this is your intention. It's not really your wants or your needs or your desires. It's more of what your intention is, what your
Mhm.
purpose or power is, or yeah, just what your intention is, what you intend to uh, transmute or
Manifest.
transpire or
Yeah.
transfer, translate. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
in whatever you do, if you are riding bikes or you're working out, my intention is to be better and stronger and more fit each and every day. It really is a powerful added uh, tool for us to use.
Yeah, it really is. And a lot of people say, well, it's in my head, it's what I want, but sometimes writing it down is much more beneficial. And so I just want to show you this. And I love this. This isn't mine. I wish it was. I'm not that crafty, but look how beautiful this is. This is a one I found online. It said June intentions: soak up each day and spend evenings outside, get away into nature when possible. And she puts in a beautiful sun and all these flowers and everything. And, you can just take that and tack it up somewhere and just have it in front of you so you can look at it every day. People that are crafty can do that. That's awesome. She's also got meditate once a day, focus on gratitude, focus on what I have, focus on what is beautiful. I love that one too. And something can be beautiful that's really, really small, or, I love my dog's beautiful eyes, or I love the way new plants come up out of the dirt and what they look like. Just something really small, but absolutely wonderful. Number 3, she's got enjoy the process and let go of outcome and forced productivity. And of course, you can do this for work too if you want to. Because it doesn't have to just be your spiritual intentions. It can be anything. Let go of the outcome. Each day is as important and fruitful, and the now is where life is. And I love that one. It's absolutely true. We've already gone past the past. We're going into the future. And what have we got? Just now. Just now. She's got go natural, wear less makeup, less prep time, and more love for my body. And then finally, nurture our space, do little things in the house, and create the space we thrive in. I mean, these can be anybody's intentions, but this was this particular person's intentions. And you could also take pictures, cut out if people still buy magazines, cut out magazine pictures if you want, or stickers, or anything you wanted to do. Of course, I'm a big person who loves journaling, but I loved this one because it's separate from a journal. So it can go with you wherever you'd like. It can go on your bathroom mirror. It can go on your fridge, whatever it is you like. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep,
So,
it's a cross between a vision board and a affirmation,
yeah.
or all of these things together.
Yeah.
And I love this is a beautiful example and so creative and so
Mhm.
beautiful,
Yeah.
colorful,
Uh-huh.
decorative,
It
and
really is.
it it brings up the vibration and frequency of this. You know,
Mhm.
what we put into it is what we get out of it. And then you can build upon it. You know, it doesn't have to be gone in June. It could be everything in June moving forward, you know, or
Right, that's
everything
true.
in June plus
Yeah.
plus more. We don't ever have to let go of these things. It can be until we incorporate it into our everyday automatic intentions. And
Mhm.
sometimes I say, this is my intention, even on the days that I forget to ask or forget to recite it. This is my intention.
That's right. I put it down in word form, and there it is. And so it is. I intend it and I want it. Yeah. I love it. Rush says dragonflies dancing about outside. See,
Oh,
everybody has things that they can really really be grateful for. And Jean, you're right. It doesn't have to be just your intention for June. What I loved about this was that it was almost, to me, when I saw it, an excitement about a change that was coming, and oh, look at all the possibility. So intention and possibility combined together bring manifestation. And yeah, I love that. I love that.
intention is more powerful than we understand. It actually carries a lot of influence, it carries a lot of impact, and it carries a lot of empowerment. So, our
Yeah.
intentions is one of our power sources or power um, um, gifts or
Yeah.
abilities.
Yeah.
And it's when we make a choice and we make a decision, it has so much energy behind it and a
Mhm.
frequency that calls out to the universe and beyond.
Yeah.
So understand this, and that you having your commitment towards something that's high vibrational, or whatever your abilities are, whatever your intentions are, it really does carry weight. It
It
certainly
really
does.
does. It
What's
does.
next, Allie?
So this particular one is similar to a vision board, like Jean said. I can't remember what this is called. It's there's one that you can do, and it has a name, and you can put in all these words, and those words are your intentions. And so it doesn't have to be a long sentence. It doesn't have to, so um, inspiration. I would love creative inspiration. I would love the courage to live my dreams, or prosperity. And prosperity comes in a lot of different ways. So, and you could also do this for, what I think it would be really cool is, and I don't think it will happen in a public school, but wouldn't it be nice if we started our children on something like this? You know, that they have that ability to do things, and they have that ability to understand that thoughts are things, and that we can take things and move them into reality if we so choose. So that's that one. Oh, did you see what Taya said, Jean?
Yeah, you could go to
Okay.
the contact me page, and I'll just give you that link one more time
Okay.
just to make
Good.
it easier.
That's awesome. Okay.
It's
So I love this. Intention is powerful. Intention is the main crux of how this op. Thank you, Divine Universe. It's a mind map. That other one was a mind map. Thank you. I love that. Um, I love this because I love the Buddha anyway, but it's sitting in the lotus position, and it's you don't have to be Buddhist to do it. They tend to do a lot more meditating than a lot of other people. Okay, Taya, you're welcome. Um, anyway, it's the crux of how the universe works, and what we put out also gets brought back to us, and that could be it could be considered karmic, I guess. But to me, there's good karma too. You put something good out, you get something good back. It just may not come in the form that from that where you put it out. So yeah. Hi,
Yeah,
Chris.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I love that, Allie, and I love that image. And it is part of the power or the empowerment that we have as human um, beings on this planet to have
Mhm.
choice, make a decision, and make a choice. That choice is so powerful. And when we choose to surround ourselves with positive intentions or goal intentions, or whatever intentions that we have, that is where our power lies. And with conditioning and the way that we were brought up or schooled, they've taken that out of us and saying, no, you can't do it this way. You can only do it this way because that's how they did it. But everybody has the power to do it for themselves. We are all empowered to make change and to build our energy around us. And this is what we're learning. We're waking up to, and the awareness is opening up to our own abilities, our own empowerment. And the intention is part of choice. And no matter what is outside of you and surrounding you, we always have this power within us, and it will make a huge difference in our life. I know that. I still have a vision board downstairs, Aley, and I say downstairs, it's in the laundry room. We hung it up in the laundry room because it is on like a poster board, and I did it like more than 25 years ago. And it has,
wow.
I still have it, and it has all this meditation, all the Zen, all the natural, the rocks on top of each other, the peaceful meditation, and all the different words of inspiration. And I'll have to show it to you, but I did it long time ago. It manifests. It really does. And that was my intention back then. And look where I am now. So it doesn't happen instantaneously, but nowadays the energy is different. So it is happening a lot sooner for people.
That's right. It's right. That's so cute because I love to collage. That's like the same thing. And I remember all these old collages that I used to make when I was in high school, and long gone now, but just, I have them in my mind. And I remember when I was making them, how excited I was, and how, sometimes I put on there, a beach scene because I wanted to spend more time at the beach or whatever it was. Yeah. So it can be a lot of fun. And there's actually a type of, and I've often thought of doing a class on it, and I haven't really moved forward with it, but it's called soul collage. And you get blank cards, and you work with those cards in order to make your own deck, but your deck for you. And it's like when people readers make their own oracle decks or whatever. But this was way before that.
Aley,
and a lot of people,
please do it. Please do a class where we all get an opportunity to make our own oracle cards. Wow.
Right.
It can be just words. It can be just markers. It can be just whatever it is that we want, however we want it. And we can map it out first and then do it later, but create your own oracle deck is really beautiful. And it has a lot of this element to it, the intentions, what you want to surround your life, how you want to feel your empowerment, what your goal is in life, or how you want to live and appear or present yourself each and every day. And I also thought that I'm going to take a picture of my vision board downstairs, and I'm going to post it only for my members. I'll post it on the members only page for everybody.
Well, I hope you send it to me because I want to see it.
You have to be a member. If you guys want to see it, you have to be a member. I have memberships now, and I just want to build my memberships because I'm really planning a lot of fun things. So if you're interested, you can go onto my channel and check it out and see if you're interested. But that was just my little tease there. And Ginny is here. Ginny, you did an amazing job. You and Akila and Aley. I told Aley, I was riveted. I was on the edge of my seat. And Aley was like, I couldn't believe
it. We had so much fun. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. And so I should put a plug in too. Jean was on my members meeting with me Thursday. And we did some really cool ghost sightings, I guess is it, and apparitions and things like that. And we had an awful lot of fun. So it's not too much. I know not everybody can afford it, and I understand that. But it's not too much. We surely love being with our members in a smaller space as well, where everybody can be heard. But we appreciate everybody, every subscriber that we have, and every person that comes by. So what did you say? What a great class I did. The OCD, ADD influences would put you into... Well, Ginny, just yesterday you were saying that you had Oracle envy. or card envy, because you see, I understand though. It would be like, oh my God, what am I going to do first? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we just adore you, Ginny. And Akila B was here or maybe still is here, Ginny. So thanks for being here, ladies. Yeah. So I'm going to just mention a couple of things, and we will take a few questions for the half hour we have afterwards. That's fine. I don't mind. Intentionality is all about living with purpose, making deliberate choices that align with your values and your goals, and being mindful also of your actions, taking control of your decisions, and creating a life that truly reflects who you are. When you're intentional, you're more focused, more driven, and more fulfilled, but you're more open also to receive, and you don't have to push anything. It doesn't have to be pushed. Nothing has to, you don't have to try to fit a square peg in a round hole. You only have to say, this is what I would like, I intend, and that may change tomorrow. And guess what you can do? Like this, it's not like getting married to the idea, where it's really hard to extricate yourself if you're not happy. You can do whatever it is that you want. So, yeah. So that's really awesome. Yeah. Well, thank you. That I just thought it was very important, but I want to see also that Aspie had said, and I love this, in books, emphasized words are put in italics, which is true. We don't have italics in chats. All caps is a substitute for emphasis. I would never do that. Thank you, Aspie. I love that. I love that. And you're right. Italics is substituted, but in chat, and actually it's really, you can't do it also if you're doing it on a phone. I don't think you can anyway. So it makes it really hard to do those kinds of things. All right, Michelle, I got your question. We'll put yours up and see what other questions might come in. How about that? Yeah. Anyway, if anybody else has any idea, any comments that they want to make about how you set intentions or what works for you, please put it in the chat. I love that. And I want to thank Karen, who asked about a topic we could possibly do in another show. And I ask anybody that wants a topic that's not being covered, send me an email at heartandsoulconnected@gmail.com, and we'll see what we can do. How about that? That just helps me, because if it's in the chat, I might forget. So thank you so much. All right, Divine Universe. Okay, so will I move first and find a new job or not? Okay.
So before I ask my pendulum, I feel like you are going to move first, because I don't know how far you're moving. So will Michelle move first? Will Michelle get a job first? So I'm wrong. It's saying you're going to get a job first.
Oh.
We don't always get to choose, but maybe if you get your job first, you'll know where you want to move or move closer to where it is.
Yes.
And so you're actually going to get the job first. So keep applying. And but the move may be hastened or hurried or so make sure you get ready. Make sure you're packed and ready to go. And give yourself time for unpacking. Moving is such a huge life, event. It's
Yeah.
no idea where I'll be moving, but I know I can't stay where I am currently. Well, this is where the job's going to tell you that. Where you get the job, you can move close to there. Yep.
That's true. Michelle, I'm getting here that there may be some barriers or blocks. And I know that's not a yes, no answer or either or answer. But one of the things that I suggest you do is, and if you're sending out, to different places that you'd like to try out different jobs, is to check out the areas as much as possible, because it may or may not be your cup of tea. And if you get there and you don't like where you're going or the area where the job is, I'll tell you what happened. My daughter got a job at a methadone clinic. poor girl, in Chicago when she first finished her psychology degree. And she didn't have a car, and she had to take a bus, to take a train, to walk 3 blocks at 5 o'clock in the morning to get there, to open the doors. That was very dangerous for her, number one. And she didn't like everything about it anyway, because, there's a lot of people that come in there that aren't the most savory characters. But as a young girl, that was hard for her. And she lived a long way from that. So I do agree with Jean that probably, though, finding your job first would be helpful. It's going to be a bit emotionally draining to do both. And Jean's right with that idea of moving and getting a new job all at once. That's kind of, so maybe what you want to do is at least check out some areas that you think you might want to live in. For instance, let's say you want to live in a warm climate. So you check out Albuquerque, New Mexico, and you check out Phoenix or Tucson or one of those, and, do some research and see if that's going to really do it for you or not. It's going to be a bit of a challenge. Doing anything from afar is never easy, but I think you'll be able to find the puzzle pieces and you'll be able to figure it out. So
what is that? You can do your astrology and find out, what is that called when you do
astrocartography is what it's called. Yep.
Look that up, Michelle. You can do it yourself. Astrocartography. You can ask somebody for help, but you can also do it yourself. And I think that's phenomenal. And listen to your instincts, your gut. Try not to second guess yourself. You'll be led. I feel like you're very well taken care of by many angels, and they're going to lead you. You may want to take like an online job and then do this as well. But
now there you go. There you go. Yeah, that's a great. Now I moved to Texas because my ex-husband was transferred there. I stayed there for 7 years. I was not happy there. But I did get my first master's because I found something that could take me away from my unhappiness. So sometimes those things can happen. But she also says she used to live in Las Vegas, but it's changed a lot since she left. So I imagine a lot of places have. Aspie has some good advice. Visit between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. when people have come home. Better idea of the neighborhood, noisy, quiet, street. Yeah, I agree with you, Aspie. Yeah. How loud is it going to be when I want it to be quiet? Yeah. Good morning, Vicki. Yeah.
But set your intentions, Michelle. Set your intentions that I will find a beautiful, loving, supportive neighborhood, and set your intentions for your job. Set your intentions for your new home. Do I want a wooded area nearby? Do I want a park nearby? Honestly, you have to put in your order these days, guys. You can't just leave it up to
yes, and be very specific. Somebody asked me once. I was like, "What kind of partner do you want?" And I'm like, "Oh my God!" And they said, "Be specific," And I thought, what if I don't really know? We get a little bit of fear coming out. Intentions are not really not terribly difficult to set. The problems arise, at least for me, in the follow through. Not as easy to execute. Absolutely right, Spiritual Garden. And that's why having them in front of you on a kind of a board or something is at least you're getting that subliminal message every time you see the board. So maybe that will be like a tickler file, I call it, which we used to have when we were doing things that weren't in, what is the word? When we did everything in paper, I had a tickler file where I would go and see what I needed to do. Now, of course, we have reminders all the time on Outlook and all that. You have to find someone to do it. Yes, it's really, really awesome. You can go to astro.com. You can put your stuff in, your date, but you have to know your time. And you can put in, it's like where's a good place to vacation is what it is, or something like that. And it will show you areas and what would be, there's no perfect area for us. And the reason there's no perfect area is because we're talking about the planets, and but you don't want like Pluto somewhere, or Saturn, which is the taskmaster. You don't want that right in the middle of your living area, because you don't need to have issues with that kind of thing, being tasked with problems. And that's what Tucson, Arizona was for me. I considered going there, and it was like NONO. So I could visit it. But yeah. What did you say, Yaspy? You gave up the idea of a partner a decade ago. The last one cost you $15K. Smart, very smart. Yep, I love that. Thank you. All right. So Michelle, good luck, honey. Good luck. Yeah. Let me make sure that I get to the next one. All right, Jean, your choice. A message from a past loved one, her best friend Malin, or a message from your highest good. I'll do the highest good, and I'll see if Jean can find out if she can talk to your friend.
So she's hugging you and kissing you. Was she very affectionate? She's almost like squeezing you, and like she hasn't seen you in ages. And she just wants you to know that she's always connected to you. I feel like she was a little rambunctious, a little outgoing, a little funny, boisterous. Not a little, not a lot, but she was the funny one out of the two of you, or she was the daring one out of the two of you. Like, she inspired you. Yes, she says. Yeah, that's her. Okay, so she came up to you and she hugged you and kissed you, like from the side this way. And she was like, oh, she was just so grateful to feel your energy again. And she says, you think of her often. She's so grateful to you. She wants you to know that she is doing well. She is very well, physically, energetically, and happy. Her heart is lifted and in joy. She's really proud of you as well, Divine Universe. And she's so happy that you know that she's there for you. She's so happy to know she can see like the light, and there's like an opening. And she says, this person doesn't, like, you're closed-minded. This person's closed-minded. When she sees you, she sees your light is on and that you're open to communicate. And she says, if you would like to practice with her, she's open to practicing. She's saying that she has been nudging you, maybe giving you little signs and synchronicities, but you think it's either somebody else or just your imagination. She said, when you think of me, believe it's me.
Wow. She said it's been ages since she was able to see her. That's wonderful. Wow. So I have these really cool cards called goddess cards. And I don't know. I just feel like this is channeling your inner goddess, but your friend kind of pointed me. I've not used these before. Your friend kind of pointed me. Hi, Judith, in that direction. And the first one I get is Chantico, and I'll show you in a minute. I'm open and ready to learn something new every day. And I just think that, this is really, let me see if I can get this camera to show you. But I love it. Look at how colorful this goddess is. She's lovely. The next one is, I'm going to say it's supposed to be Esther. It's EOSTRE. I don't know. A new cycle of life brings hope and adventure for you. And so I don't know if you're heading into it, you're in the midst of it, but they're agreeing that because you're open to this new way of life, it's opening up bigger and bigger for you. And you are beginning to see things more clearly. This is the moon ritual card. I don't know if you put your stones out or if you go out and do a moon bath, moon water. They're reminding you that's a very powerful time for women, and to make sure that you get out there and get your moon bath on. So thank you so much, Divine Universe. Yeah. Well, that's very nice of you, Judith. We're glad you came on to say hello to us. Yes. All right. So what she says is, I usually know if it's her. Sometimes it's a bit blurry. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm glad. So yes, when Jean and I were on the other day, and we froze up. The computer froze up in the middle of something, and Jean was like, "Okay," she was going to sage everything, and she said it was my brother. My brother comes in all the time. I told Jean he actually butts in. It's like, you and I were supposed to do this, and we never got to do this. So I'm going to come and bother you when you're doing it.
It was it was amazing, and you could feel the energy. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a fun show. But
it was. Yeah.
mhm,
All right,
mhm.
Mary, welcome. You'd like to have spiritual guidance or message? Sure thing. We can do that.
So it's not too late, Mary. I don't know if you feel like it's too late. There's never too late to begin. And I feel like you've known, you've had not suspicion, but you've known things in the back of your mind that maybe you didn't actually put into words or put into practice, but you always had a feeling of, you could feel energy. Feel like you have like an empathic and a clairsentience kind of a feeling for you. You feel
Ooh.
things and sense things. And now you're wondering how this is going to serve you.
Mm.
They just want you to know to keep doing what you're doing. Believe in yourself. And it's almost like removing the doubt or removing what your teacher said. The answer is not on the ceiling. Yes, that's what we do. We look up. That's where when you look at when your eyes tilt in a 45-degree angle, you're able to connect with your higher self and loved ones and spirit guides easily.
Mm.
It puts you into that intention or frequency when you do that.
Yeah.
And they didn't know. They didn't know. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say most of them didn't know, but it's not too late, and you can turn it back on, and you can use it. It's just like riding a bike. Let's say you rode a bike when you were 12 and you hadn't had the opportunity to. You could still ride a bike today. It might take you a couple of tries or a little bit of practice, but once you do, it'll just be like you've been doing it your whole life.
Wow. Very nice. So I have 3 messages for you from the intuitive divine whispers. And I love this. This is beautiful. The first one goes along with what Jean kind of said. And it is beautiful. There's the clock, right? Which it's never, time is not linear. What is meant for you will find you. It may take time, or maybe has taken time, or from another time. But if it's meant for you, it's not going to stop coming to you. Because I remember another one, which is what you are seeking is also seeking you. And that's what this message says in another way. But they do want you to slow down and take the time to sit in wonder or in, and I'm not going to say meditate. Every time anybody says meditate, people go, so I'm just going to say quiet time, reflective time, time that that you can hear your thoughts. But they say also they want you to feel, not think. Because really, this is where we get in trouble, is that if we don't let ourselves understand the intuition or how we feel about something, and we turn it into how we should think. And I'll give you a good example. Yesterday, I was on with Ginny and Akila, and we pulled a card out and we go, no, that couldn't be the message. And all of us did it at least once. And it kept coming back. It kept coming back. And we said, we knew better. We knew better, but we still did it. And yet that was the message. And that was the important message that needed to be given. So feel, don't think. Once you think, you block all the feel. So,
Mm-hmm.
hello, Anita. Hello, Kelly. Hello, Anita. And you already subscribed to Sun Psychic Jean, Chris L. Thank you. That's
Thank
great.
you.
Hi, Kelly McCall. You're welcome, Mary. You're welcome.
Mary, if you want to try my psychic study practice group, that might be helpful for you too.
Yeah.
Just being in that energy.
Yep. So everybody, I'll put that post up when we're done doing these few readings if you're interested, and you can go over to Jean's site and it tells you everything that you need to know for summer, for her summer class. All right. Thank you very much. All right, Sonia Claiborne, can you get a message from your guides? Yeah, I think we can do that. Whoops, I'm sorry. Oh, good, Mary. That's excellent. You're giving yourself time for silence. Good girl. Good. I know, Jean's wonderful, MJ 420. You're right.
So, Sonia, I feel like you have, how do I explain this? I can see you taking care of property, and you have a responsibility. I don't know if this is a business or if it's your home, but you have people and a property. I don't know if this is a family property, but you have, it's almost like you have this nest egg, and it feels like property to me, but it may be something else that's was handed down to you that you're responsible for managing. And it's okay to release if you're too tired, or if you're not able to keep up and it's overwhelming. It's okay to hand it down or to sell it to somebody. I feel like there's something that may be overwhelming you, and you're feeling a little angst. You can ask the angels to help protect your land, your property, and also use crystals. You can use intention. You can do water ceremonies. You can do many different things to help protect the area that you're in and around. You can use a dome of, oh my gosh, she said, yes, it's very overwhelming. You can use a dome of blessings, or like golden white light with all those twinkles in it, and put it in a dome and place it over top of your property, whatever this is that you're concerned about. But it's not, if it's, sometimes spirit will make us feel uncomfortable so that we make a move, that it's no longer our responsibility. If it's overwhelming, it's important to either let somebody else have it, or let it go, or to sell it, or to release it. And whatever it is, you want to look for help having somebody take it over for you. And I do feel like it's I don't know. Aley, what'd you get? You just got something.
I did. It said, I'm thinking you went first, and then I pulled this. It said, let this be that your sign. And so it's like what she's saying, Sonia, take to heart and look at all the light around it. So yes, if you can work with putting pure white light around your surroundings and yourself, and feeling as though, it's going to all be fine. There's your sign right there. I love that card. And then it says, once you do that, explore your fullness, the fullness of life, the fullness of other things, taking you away from that negativity, because that's holding you back from whatever it is you need to do to move forward. And it says, trust yourself. Look at the owl. It's gorgeous. The owl has a big green heart on its back. Oh my goodness. Trust yourself and know that you are in the right place at the right time, but do protect yourself. Absolutely. Wow. Thank you. Thank you very much, dear. I hope things work out better for you. Um, make sure you do that. That would be wonderful. All right. So I have Nancy Ray. Then I have Chris L. and Anita. And then put up the information about Jean's class or study group. Yeah. Yes, Andy, that's right. Hi, Jen B. You live alone. Oh, your guides are talking. That's right, Sonia.
Hey, Jen B. Nice to see you. All right. Nancy says, may I get a message from my spirit team? So they want you to trust, let go of the outcome and trust the universe that they have what your best interest at heart. It's almost like you're working on manifestation, you're working on developing, and they want you to try not to control and hang on to it. They want you to let it go and allow the universe to do what they need to do, bring into your life what they need to bring in, remove from your burden what needs to be removed. It's like you're checking every single day. Is it done yet? Is it done yet? And they're like, let us do our work and trust in the divine timing and to keep continuing to move on. And it's a lot about trust. It's a lot about divine timing, and it's a lot about releasing control. Or the attachment to the outcome. It's this or something better, and open up and allow. It's when we have free will, so we're in control, and we want it to only look like this and the outcome to only be this. It's hard for our spirit guides and angels to come in and intervene and create this divine intervention that we need, or create a scenario, or have us bump into somebody, whatever it is that we need. When we're in control, that's your free will. And it's harder for them. When we open up our free will and we say, I trust the universe, I trust that they'll lead me. And you can say, universe, please, spirit guides, angels, please send me a sign or synchronicity that you are still working on this. You can do that. And not what the outcome is. Like you're saying this is the outcome, but the outcome could be something better. So they want you to put in this is what I want. This is what I want it to look like. And then let go of the outcome. I know that's kind of, it's a hard concept to grasp. Mm-hmm. So she says, I am practicing on letting go, especially on finding the right place to move. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, this is a theme, the cardiomancy. What is it? It's not cardiomancy. What is it? Astrocartography.
Astrocartography. Yeah. It's a fascinating, the other thing I had that I still think is the most fascinating astrology reading I ever had was karmic astrology. That she could tell me what was going on when I was 3 that was really going on. And then, I was also going through a divorce, and she said, you going through a divorce? That you just cleared a karmic debt. And I was like, oh my God. It really made me feel better about what I was going through, but it was interesting. And I don't know anybody else that has ever done that, but I love astrology. I don't mind any part of it. So yeah. And Spiritual Garden, you asked about Akashic Records books. Linda Howe has one. When I had a book club here on the show, we read that book, and actually Linda de Gonzalez read it, and she tried to get into the Akashic Records right after it, and she did. But she said it was such a long and convoluted way. And then afterwards, when she took Val's class, came right in. But it's a good way of finding out the information anyway. All right, back to this. Nancy Ray, protection. They're saying protect yourself. Once again, that's exactly what Jean had for the former lady, Sonia. And so it says, know your boundaries. And that's a form of protection. Know your boundaries. Don't let anybody infiltrate if you're not interested in having them do that. and it says gift yourself. And I'd like to think gifting yourself all these crystals would be really nice, but I think it just means that there is a treasure chest of things out there for you. And you just need to figure out what it is that you would like to start with first. I mean, it's kind of like a smorgasbord. You know, do you eat the dessert first? Why not? You can. It's up to you, you know. And the last one I got is vulnerability is power. And you know, it's kind of this does, it makes sense, but it doesn't make sense. It's like we don't want to feel vulnerable, but if we get to that place where we know we're protected and we know we're being cared for, we're caring for ourselves, and we know our guides and angels are caring for us, we then can allow ourselves to be a bit more vulnerable than we would before we knew that that was around us and protecting us. So I think that's probably the way they want that one read anyway. Oh, 180, you couldn't sleep. I haven't been able to sleep for probably 5 or 6 days. I mean, 1 hour here, 1 hour there. Oh my.
Oh my gosh.
All right. I know it's the solar storms are really bothering me. I think that's what it is. So Chris L., I've not seen you before, and I'm happy that you're here. Thank you for being here. And we'll see what kind of messages we can bring in for you. Hi, Amanda Carrion. It's good to see you. Yeah. You're welcome, Nancy.
I see feathers around you, Chriselle, like turkey feathers that would be used in ceremony or shamanic energy healing, or so this kind of a feather, you know, like on a headdress.
Mm.
I feel like you are connected to spirit. You are you do ceremony or practices with spirit. I feel like you have it's earthbound or earth related or connected practices. I feel like you work on the crystal grid too, the grid around the earth. You're very much earth based.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And this empowers you, and it's almost like your purpose, your goal, and it might be also that you have a galactic or cosmic connection, like you are connected to earth from afar and from near and afar. I feel like you have both kinds of connections to earth, and I feel like nature does inspire you. I feel like you also have like an affinity to teas and herbs and ginger and lavender and sage, like all of these like earth things. And also obviously your name is Crystal, so the crystals. And this is everything is connected to the earth, all these natural tendencies, but yet you also have another aspect to yourself that's more cosmic. So that's what I'm getting for you, Miss Crystal.
Very cool. What do I get? I love it when I get a card like this, because it really speaks to the power that we have here in this community. It says community calls. And you know, and it's an 11. If you add 3 and 8, it's an 11. And of course, that's a wonderful spiritual number. But you're being asked to spend more time in community, whether that be here in community, which we're happy to have you, or in your own community, working around, you know, maybe going to metaphysical events or something like that. But they are saying it's time, the time has come, and you need to spread your wings. And they want you to know that you are more powerful than you know you are. And I think that we might know we're powerful, but then we kind of get into this thing where, well, but this person's more powerful than me, and this one does this better than me. No, you are more powerful than you know. So trust that. Trust your power. And you also got this one, vulnerability is power. So here we go. This must be the message of the day because I've gotten it twice now. But I love this beautiful lioness and how she stands at the top of and I'm thinking right below her is a cub. And I think that, you know, she's standing and protecting her cub, but you know, that could be also protecting a community. So thank you, Chris. I welcome you again. And I saw that you were on with Ivana. So that's wonderful. We love Ivana. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. All right. So last person we have today is Anita K, a message from guides. And then I will put Jean's group information up. And I'll just remind everybody, I'll be on later on with Fernando Maron and Blaine. They are a couple, and they're a couple of great guys. So
they're psychics and mediums, right?
They are, yeah. Uh-huh.
So I see a diamond energy around you, Anita. I see sacred geometry. I think that you're here similar to work on the Earth's balance. I think you're like a way shower for ascension, the Earth ascension, humanity's ascension. There's also light codes around you. You're a carrier of these codes.
Beautiful.
Let me see if there's something else that they're showing me. They're showing me like a white fan, like something that fans out and it's all white. I feel like you also have a connection to the angelic realm. They want you to know that you have a bountiful presence and opportunities and life force. There, you know, this is really, you have a lot going on there, Miss Anita, because now they're showing me dragons. There's a lot of history. You're an old soul, and you have a lot of history that you've collected, that you're here on this, in this incarnation, that you're here to express and to shine. But you have a lot of energy, and you must, I don't know if you tap in to your past lives or if you tap into different realms, but there's a lot of different things coming up for you.
Wow. Well, this is cool because I get the wisdom of the solar plexus. And, you know, the solar plexus would be the third chakra. And it's when people say, I don't know, I feel it in my gut, right? On the gut level. You've got that, Anita. And they want you to make sure you continue to trust it because you already know that that's where it is. And then what Jean said, oh my God, yes, her body is a book, is like a book. So in other words, you carry the wisdom in your body. And I'm wondering if you've ever had an Akashic or a past life regression done, because I think you could find out things that you'd be so fascinated by. Remember, we already know things. We are just remembering them now. That's all. That's the only difference. But they do want you to release any old patterns that may not still be good for you. So we could all do this. Honestly, we all carry patterns in us that, that aren't good. For me, I can be bugged about something from my daughter. She'll bug me and I'll say, no. And she's in her late 40s. Come on. But after a while I go, oh, okay. But I don't need to do that. I just need to stick to my own guns. So, yeah. All right. Well, we had a great day. Thank you, Jean. Of course, this is the information on Jean's psychic practice group. She's doing it one Sunday a month, except for May. She said there'll be 2 sessions.
Yes.
she usually does it during the year every month, and it would be $25 for the month. But this is for May, June, July, and August. So you can see that this is a really good deal, and you don't have to have any abilities that you know of in order to join. So let her know, and I'll see everybody next week. I'll be on with Terry Renner. Thank you so much, Jean. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to the moderators as well, and the new folks. Love you all. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thanks,
Yeah.
Aley. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Jean.